Hi, and welcome to the summary presentation of the parent orientation for the parents and guardians of students who are new to the Blue Water Middle College. The live sessions of this were held on the evening of September 18th and the morning of September 20th. I'm glad you could make it to the online session and get the information that way. So basically, I'm going to be running through the presentation. Obviously, there won't be a means of asking questions as the presentation goes on. But if anything brings up a question in your mind, please go ahead and you can email me, Pete Spencer, and our contact information you'll find at the end of the presentation or by going to the website at bluewatermiddlecollege.org. Our contact information is on our home page. Well, at the time of the orientation, the semester at SC4 was about 4 weeks old, and our students were into their college careers at SC4. They found out how to get to SC4, and they were either dropped off, possibly by you, or they drove and found their way of finding a parking spot and getting to class. So in many ways, the hard part was over, at least for maybe you as a parent and us as the middle college staff, but of course the work for the students was just beginning at that time. As I record this, we're about halfway through the semester right now. But I just want you to know, and one of the first things we talked about was the fact that the middle college staff is here. We are on campus to help, and at this point I introduce the staff. My name is Pete Spencer, Director of the Blue Water Middle College. Matthew Ruiz is our Administrative Services Manager. And then we have two student advisors, Ms. Tracy Weimer and Mrs. Jennifer Barr, and Mrs. Michelle Lawson is our administrative assistant. So there's 5 middle college staff members. This is our room, the photo you see below. It's room 123 of the Atchison Applied Technology Center on SC4's campus. We're right next door to the bookstore. So if you know where the SC4 bookstore is, we're just one door down, room 123. The goals of the orientation, when you were, or if you were present, and if not, when you're done watching this video, we hope that you're better prepared to help your child succeed at high levels at SC4 and beyond, not just to get by, but to thrive and enjoy their experience at SC4 and as a Blue Water Middle College student. We want to make you aware of what's coming next for your child as a middle college student, not only this fall, but also in the next year or 2.5 years to come. We want you to be aware of the many support resources and strategies available to Blue Water Middle College Academy students, and there are many, many supports available, as you'll hear from the college, from the middle college, and from their high school as well. And certainly we hope that any of your questions will be answered. Again, this may trigger questions, and then you can submit those either by calling us or emailing us. Our contact information is at the end of the presentation, or you'll find them at our website, bluewatermiddlecollege.org. The topics we cover at the orientation is looking into the future a little bit first. We're going to look at data from some Blue Water Middle College Academy graduates. So in a way, we're going to take a look at the end result of this, the outcomes, and then back up and look at how students get from their first few weeks at the college to that point where they're a graduate of the Blue Water Middle College Academy. And by doing that, we'll give an overview of the middle college and what to expect each year. We'll briefly touch on the actions for success in college, and there are 10 approximately things that we've identified that if students do these, they're going to succeed in college. And as you'll see, they're not all great at the time. Some of these skills and strategies have to be developed by students, but that's what the middle college is all about, giving them time to learn how to succeed in college. We'll go over the academic supports available. We'll talk a little bit about developmental education courses, whether your son or daughter places into a developmental ed course. They need to decide whether or not they want to take that course, or maybe they need to take that course, or they want to work to place out or place beyond that course. More on that later. We'll talk about the idea of withdrawing from college classes, and we try to prevent that if at all possible. Withdrawing from a class is not a good idea. Once in a while, it can be the right thing to do, but usually when students think about withdrawing from a class or want to withdraw, at that time, it's not the right thing to do, and we'll talk about that. Winter scheduling is coming up very quickly. As I record this, it's just about 2 weeks away, and so whether you're viewing this in October, November, December, whenever, we'll talk about scheduling with our students and have a little bit of information from you as a parent on that. Talk briefly about the relationship with our partner high schools. Many of our students attend one of our partner high schools, and we'll talk about the relationship and what the expectations can be with the high schools. We'll talk about their relationship with SC4. So they have a foot in the world of high school where they're coming from, and they have another foot in the world of college at SC4 where they're transitioning to. Again, we'll mention SC4 supports and opportunities, and that will pretty much wrap up the presentation. I will divide this video into 2 or 3 sections. Haven't decided exactly when yet, but I'm going to pause. That'll give you a chance to take a break. Maybe you view another section the next evening or whatever. The live session went on for a solid hour and a half. Of course, it was broken up some with questions from the parents and guardians that were there. So I'll try to do the same here by breaking this up after about 20 minutes or so. A little general information about the Middle College. The 2017 cohort, that is the group of students that enrolled this fall, is our 7th. That's actually really good news because, number one, it means that the Middle College is, I guess, doing something right and that we're still around after 7 years and growing in size and number. And also it means that the Middle College staff has learned a lot. SC4, the college staff, have learned a lot about Middle College students. And so again, there's a lot of experience, I guess, for the new students to tap into and for you as parents to tap into as well. So I think that's a good thing. Students in the Middle College attend classes at one of 7 partner high schools, or they are unaffiliated. And the unaffiliated students often come from a homeschool situation where they either their entire educational career or in the last year or two were not attending one of the traditional public schools or even private schools in the area. And so they're not affiliated with one of our partners. They are Blue Water Middle College Academy students now, but they're not affiliated with one of our partner schools. The academic and career goals of our students vary widely. We have students who are pursuing very applied degrees, such as electronics, welding, or nursing. Other students are pursuing degrees such as an associate in arts or associate in science that are designed for them to transfer on to a 4-year university and pursue a bachelor's degree, or in some cases a master's degree, or even a doctorate if they want to go into medicine or physical therapy or something like that. So we've got a wide spectrum of interests and career goals with our students, and that's kind of neat too. Students take between 2 and 5 college classes each semester. Our new students, like your son or daughter, are probably taking just 2 classes, college success, and one other, probably political science, a computer class, or maybe speech. As the students move on and enter by their 3rd year, they're taking 4 and in some cases even 5 college classes each semester. So the credits in the classes really start to add up in the 2nd and 3rd year. Currently, 645 students are enrolled. The cohort, the 2017 cohort, has 217 students in it. Again, very strong with over 200 students the last several years that have enrolled. The 216, or the 2016 cohort, sorry about that, now has 196 students in it. There are 224 students enrolled that were in the 2015 cohort, and then there's a few students from the earlier cohorts, and that totals 8. So the total, again, 645 students. This may be of interest. The average high school grade point average when the students enroll in the Middle College is right around a 3.2 average, so just above a B average, around a B+. So it's important to realize that the students in the Middle College are not all the top students in terms of grades and grade point average. Yes, we have some students that come in with a 4.0 average and have been getting all A's. We also have students that enroll that are earning around a C average in high school. But the overall average is about a 3.2. And as you'll see in a little bit, our students actually do very well at the college. And so that's encouraging, and it lets us know that that a variety of students can succeed in college. You don't have to come out of high school with the top grades to succeed. Now, the average college grade point average of a middle college student, so this is pure college courses, is a 3.0 or a B average. And that's really a solid college grade point average. It's a grade point average that would get students transferred into almost every university in the state of Michigan. A student carrying a 3.0 GPA with 30 or more credits. So it's a good sign. Students succeed in the middle college. Now let's look at our recent graduates, some information about them. Last May, in May of 2017, we had 198 students that had completed 3 years in the Blue Water Middle College. 91 of them at that time, 46%, earned their associate degree and actually went through SC4's commencement activity early in May and got to get their associate degree. And then later in May, we had our graduation, and they got their high school diploma at that point. So, in effect, they're earning their associate degree and their high school diploma at the same time. Now that May of 2017 was the end of their 13th grade, if you will, 1 year after their traditional graduation. So that's not too bad. 91 students earning an associate degree just 1 year after their traditional graduation. When we look at the graduates, the 3-year graduates from 2 years before that, May of 2015, there were 118. And at this point, or at that point, 62%, actually 62 students, actually 53%, have earned their associate degree, and that's 2 years after the traditional graduation. And that actually is May of 2016. I have a typo there. So there were 118 graduates May of 2016, and 53% of them have now earned their associate degree. Now, if we go back to the real graduating class of May of 2015, there were 130 3-year graduates, and look at that number. Almost 70% have now earned an associate degree, and that's really pretty neat, because countywide, the number of high school graduates that earn any kind of a degree, associate degree or a bachelor's degree, 6 years after school, after high school graduation, is about 34-35%. So we're almost twice that, and those students are just 3 years after their traditional graduation. So there's the countywide number. 6-year graduation rate is right around 35%. So a lot of students earning their associate degree, and of course many of those have gone on and are earning their bachelor's degree, and we also know of at least one student now who has her master's degree after graduating from the Blue Water Middle College. So what is up after the middle college? So coming up, let's take a look at some of the schools that our graduates are attending or have attended. You'll see there's, well, pretty much, and this is only listing a few of them, but some of the major universities in the state of Michigan: Michigan State, University of Michigan, Northern Michigan, Central, Western, all those main universities are represented. Lawrence Tech, there's schools outside of the state of Michigan, Indiana Wesleyan there, and we have schools in Ohio and Georgia. So there's schools in Michigan, almost every school in Michigan, and also outside the state of Michigan as well. So middle college grads are attending well over 30 different colleges or universities and have enlisted in at least 3 branches of the armed services that we know of. Now, one of the questions parents have is, will their credits transfer? And what we've been finding is just really good news, what we think is really good news. Students who complete the middle college program earn an average of 55 college credits. Now that's an average. If to earn the degree, as we mentioned, many students have their degree, they need at least 62 credits. We have some students that don't earn, as many credits, but most have at least 40 credits, and again, our average is 55. Our graduates report an average of 56 credits transferring to a 4-year college. So those are students who go on to a 4-year college. We ask them, how many of your credits transferred successfully? And the average number reported was 56. And many of our students say that all their credits transferred. 62 credits were taken at the universities. We work hard with the students to help them choose wisely. Just because a course will transfer successfully to a college doesn't mean it necessarily helps a student with their program of study. So we want to make sure that they're choosing the right classes that they can put to use. And as I stated, many grads report 60 or more credits transferred, or simply say everything transferred, Mr. Spencer. Now, grades do count. For most colleges and universities, a student must earn a C or higher for that grade or for that course rather, to transfer. There's a few schools where they'll take a C- grade, but you can take all the right classes, but if you get C-, D+, D, whatever it might be, that class is not going to transfer to a college or university. So I'm going to pause right now, and the next step will be looking at how we get students from the beginning of the middle college program to what we just showed you about, some of those great outcomes at the end, heading off to a four-year university, having many credits transfer, and a nice, strong, successful college GPA. So we'll pause for a bit, and then the next section you can tune in to get a little more information.